Oh boy,
Who is that?
What year is this, Mark?
It was fall of '92. This was probably one of the last, and in fact, I think we had met Ty and David by this point, but
Really?
we hadn't been able to hook up and practice yet. So
You just hadn't fully realized, the new era that was about to be ushered in.
that's right.
There's
We needed a new era. I mean, just look at that.
There's our good friend Billy Wilkins in the back playing keyboards. There's Mark with the peg pants.
Yes.
Do you buy your pants that way, or is that like a home
No,
alteration?
that was actually I was, and this was like the tail end of the era where people would like do the peg pants. And not long after this, I was sitting on a bench at Georgia Tech, and this guy came and sat down beside me, pointed at my pants and said, "We don't do that anymore." And I untucked them, and the scales fell from my eyes, and I don't do that anymore.
But we still do acid washed.
I love that audience shot a second ago, because they are just going crazy.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
bananas.
There's probably 40 people there. This was a big show for us.
It was huge. That stool on stage was my own stool. I would always bring it from home. That was like my prop or something. I was thinking.
Well, we didn't have anybody to help us carry stuff around. No
didn't have any roadies?
You got to get your own stool.
I don't know if it's going to wind up in the shop, but behind the stage there's this exercise equipment. And I remember at one point during the show I was trying to be funny, and I got up and I was acting like I was working out, and I fell and hurt myself and tried to play it off, but it was,
And you haven't
Kind of the
lifted
whole
a weight
okay
since.
go.
I have
kind
not
of
lifted a
thing,
weight since.
And so this is in the gym of some church right outside of Atlanta,
Douglasville. I believe.
Douglasville, Georgia.
right? Is that pronounced Douglasville?
Yeah, it's actually Douglasville.
Oh, it is Douglasville. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of my friends was the youth pastor there, but I'm not. Can't remember.
The stage presence is awesome.
Awesome.
I like the white shoes.
I was about to say
Side
the
to
white
side.
kids. I had those for years.
I'm just waiting for somebody to come walking by on that balcony up there in a second.
Throw something down.
Yeah.
Look at that face. I
You're-
could have been an actor.
Yeah.
Could have been a model.
Not many people have seen Mac Powell sans goatee.
Yeah.
Or
And then Mark with the
Lee
mullet.
With mullet.
Yes.
Yep.
How old are we there? Like 18?
18,
Mullet.
19, something like that, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That was it?
That's all we needed to see.
Man.
You need more?
Okay, this is the first time we ever played with David Carr.
Mm-hmm.
The story is that this is David and Ty's church. And I don't know how much longer before this.
This was just maybe a month after that last thing
Okay.
we saw.
Yeah, this was in like late November of
92.
92. That's right, yeah.
And so when we did a show at Mark's church a month earlier than this, we had met David. Well, actually, we didn't meet David and Ty. They were playing for their youth minister.
Who was a youth minister at this church.
Yeah. And so they left after they were done playing, but we talked with Mark Manuel, who was their youth minister, and told him that we were kind of wanting to form a whole band with a drummer and bass player and all that stuff. And he said, well, these guys that play with me are really good. And he said, why don't you come play at our church, and then we'll have David do a demo for you, because David, you had some recording gear in your basement.
Yeah.
So instead of getting paid to play at the church, which I'm sure we were worth a lot of money back
Yeah.
then,
20 bucks.
David recorded a demo for us. And
Yeah.
then it went over so well that we said, why don't you come play for us at the church?
And I didn't have a vested interest in the band at that point, but I had a
You
vest.
yeah.
That was my joke. That's where
Sorry.
I was going. You came in on my joke. And
I love the sign in the back that Jesus heals and forgives.
yeah.
Billy Wilkins, once again. He
Looks
always,
like he's working or something.
Billy,
like
he's
this.
typing up
Yeah.
paper.
He's like a court reporter.
He was, Billy was actually a substitute teacher for me my senior year. And
I just love.
he worked at my church, played piano, and was kind of the interim youth pastor. And
Was that an
David
earring
was
day?
already so good, man.
I'm just getting into
Was
it.
that an earring day?
Thanks, man. It was an earring. I got... Oh, never mind.
that's enough of that.
We're gonna make you stand up the whole time and clap and everything. This is
West
called-
Side Baptist
This is
in
a song we do. I guess we've been doing it for about 12
Mableton,
years.
Georgia.
Mableton, Georgia. This is the first show we ever did
This
with.
is Did You Mean
There's
It?
Billy once again.
Yeah.
Behind a plant.
Billy always liked to hide.
Well, this was the day we got our first studio release.
The aptly titled
Yeah.
Long Time Forgotten.
Well, this is the first show we did with Ty and
That's right.
David together.
And that day I got out of school early and went to pick up the tapes that we had made of our new release, Long Time Forgotten.
For you kids at home, tapes were what we had before
Yeah.
CDs.
And that was the extent of my stage presence at that time, was just nervous kicking back and forth.
Yeah, you had that kick. It was kind of a patent move.
I always
There it is,
have
kick.
bubblegum on, bubblegum in my mouth. My mom came to a show a few weeks later and really chewed me out for my lack of stage presence. So I've tried to step it up over the years.
You got much better.
At least you weren't wearing the 1x1 t-shirt.
At least you were wearing the ugly shirts, whatever I'm doing.
The grunge movement had already swept fully into the Chambly-Rockville area.
It hadn't made it
its
out
way
to West Cobb yet.
Yeah.
Great production value with the two lights on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still kind of do that today, really, if you think about it.
I was so proud of that guitar with a built-in chorus.
Which is essentially just sort of always making it out of tune.
Oh, and it was already out of tune, and then the chorus makes it more out of tune.
We didn't use tuners in that day.
We were that good.
That was, we needed Brad to teach us that kind of stuff.
Now it looks like the camera works kind of bad on this, but it was being filmed on a ship. So the water was, we were bouncing and ebbing and flowing.
I wonder who was filming this. Who had the video camera?
Probably just a friend of ours or something.
Amy Wilkins?
Could have been, yeah, Billy's sister.
What's cool about it is so here's our first show. Bands that we see these days are so much better. But even so, I think if you look hard, you can still see the spark of, maybe why some
Something.
people started to like us and grew into something. Maybe it was the kicks, maybe it was the chorus.
I think
maybe it was the
actually it's
style.
the facial hair. Mac's starting to grow some there. You can
Yeah.
see he's got a five
Little
black
scruff.
shadow.
Yeah,
that's
was
the beginning.
That was the
That's
very
the source
beginning
of
of the
all of
hair.
our
The
power.
flashes
Yeah.
of genius
It's a great PA. Those two speakers on the floor,
turned on their side.
monitors.
So did we not even have monitors for us?
No.
We didn't need them. We were that good.
Yeah.
We had some monitoring. with
And
us.
even still, even here, it's not like we practiced for this.
We all were coming home from work and school, and we just got there in time to throw our stuff up on stage and do a show.
Yeah.
That's how it was in those days.
Practice. Who needs
I
it?
remember that little ending was just clutch.
Brilliant.
So here we are with Blackbird from Cornerstone Festival 1996.
This shot in HD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High definition.
Line going across.
This is the show that we played, the 5-minute walk stage. Did you say that already?
I didn't when I introed it, but
Our good friend Frank, who was the president of and owner of 5-Minute Walk Records. We weren't, of course, on 5-Minute Walk Records, but he allowed us to play the stage because we didn't have a spot at Cornerstone. So we were very grateful to be able to play this packed out tent.
Cornerstone's just such a great festival for a young band. It's just all about raw energy and mud and sweat.
In the middle of nowhere in Illinois,
Yeah.
with no showers, but about 500 porta potties
Yeah.
everywhere.
Good time.
No food.
It was good times.
the cool thing about this show is just that we wanted to play it so bad that we called and asked, please let us play. We didn't get paid. It was just that we wanted a spot to be there, and so we brought it.
Who's the guy on stage with the camera?
No idea.
I think I know who that is.
It's a cool perspective too,
Yeah,
with
he would
just
show up
somebody
at
in
all
the
of our
crowd,
shows.
you know, and you're just getting the vibe of just being out in the audience watching it, hear everybody singing along. It's that raw energy. It's cool.
And it goes to show how far ahead in fashion we are. I mean, I was wearing that Spam shirt before Spam shirts were cool.
Yeah.
There's Andy in the
Spam had
background.
just come out on the
Andy
market.
worked at our record company and went on to work.
Here comes the
Word
boat.
Records.
Dude, that's David Lee Roth.
This was
all the
kind of
way
like
right there.
This was the gimmick.
This was the last time this was ever done.
Yep, first and last, I believe. We saw a band do this in Holland, and called The Quick and the Dead, and I totally stole the idea in the Explorer plastic raft.
The Quick and the Dead.
You know what's cool is like, because growing up in Alabama, you were kind of landlocked, so you weren't much of a surfer. So it's more of a.
Well, no, we had the river though. I'd go
so,
down.
but it's
the
more like
river on
crowd
my-
boating, not crowd surfing.
Yeah,
'Cause you didn't-
This is more your speed right here.
I can't believe that I made it back alive.
Crowd canoeing.
Do you still have that raft, man? I wouldn't mind borrowing it.
No, actually, I think I left it there.
Do a little
You,
fishing.
you can get them for like $10 at any store.
Isn't that the funny thing? It's like when I was a kid, getting a raft like that was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like you might get one for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And then we were just on vacation with the kids the other day, and they wanted one, and it was like $15.
Yeah. They've come way down in price. It's like new technology. When it comes out, it's really expensive. You know, that was probably $600 back then.
Yeah.
But now there's newer versions of the boats
I
out.
don't think so. I think we were just didn't have any money.
That's the boat version 6.0 as opposed to the 1.0.
Well, yeah, $10 back then to us. I mean, that was like getting home or not getting
Taking
home.
gas, man.
We were pretty conservative with band money too. I mean, I remember
We didn't get paid. I don't
We didn't
think.
get paid. And remember one of these trips we were coming back and we stopped at Red Lobster and we couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
So
we left.
We went to Captain D's instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we paid for our Cokes and then left.
It probably took a couple hours of meetings to decide if we wanted to use band funds to buy that boat.
So for years, I mean, like probably 2 or 3 years, we seriously did not get paid when we were
What's
going.
going on, man?
What's going on here? What is
Hey.
this?
Nice.
I have no.
Oh my goodness!
no memory of
Is
this.
that like
Holy.
This isn't the
Exorcism.
Pentecostal days, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, Benny Hinn's there. You see him?
demons out? Demons out.
Man,
Wow.
we're in a tent, you know, when
Yeah.
in Rome.
That is
I still
awesome.
don't know what that means.
That was something. Man, I'm proud of you, Mark.
Well, we got to pull that
I
back
am.
out again.
Mark, tonight
I'll do it tonight.
it's happening.
That's
I
when
will
you.
do it
That's
on
when you got
stage
that
tonight.
nickname, the Prophet. It's that show right there. Sweet.
It's the longest version of this song we've ever
It's
done.
like a 20-minute version.
Yeah.
This is why everybody calls us a Southern rock band, because we're jamming this song for so
Yeah,
long.
that's right.
Just this one time.
Yeah.
But everybody remembers it.
I don't remember doing this.
It was just you were in the moment, man.
Yeah. It was the boat. It was all about the boat. It got me
was.
excited.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Impressing the crowd with the vocal
Prowess.
prowess.
Some guitar love going on too.
That was such a fun show, man. It
Jazzy.
Was this the second or third time we had played at Cornerstone?
It
Second.
was the second, yeah. The year before was when we played with Jars and Lloyd Palloy.
Prayer
and whoever
Chain.
else, Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nice
don't remember who else
ponytail.
was on the stage this thing.
Do you think we've actually ever played on the smaller stage than that?
Man,
Kind of looks like the audience is like all on stage with us.
Just want to be one with the band.
It was one for however we got there. I just remember we literally woke up next to the tent, walked over, and set up and played within 15 minutes
Yeah.
of being asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Well, the song is finally ending.
We
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, good old Blackbird, man.
Gotta
Never
bring
let
that
you
back.
down.
All right.
Awesome.
Best production value ever.
Here we are setting up the song Forever. Cafe Milano, Nashville, Tennessee. What year? 1996.
Summer 96, like I think July maybe.
So our album had just been out for a short time nationwide,
3 months.
3 months. little trivia that nobody really cares about, but Brad is on stage left and Mark is stage right, which now they're flip-flopped live and have been for years.
Yeah.
So it's funny for us to look at the
About half and half.
different places people are set up. My shirt there is, you could use that could be a green screen if you wanted it to.
Throw all kinds of stuff up on
Special
there.
effects on there.
I just remember this room was so small and our gear was so loud that we had to just turn down to where we couldn't hear anything.
So we just
To be able to
started.
pull it off.
Well, now we just play bigger rooms and just keep it as loud or louder.
It's a beautiful restaurant, but the brick wall behind you just does not
Yeah.
go well for
Looks
a rock
good,
band.
sounds bad.
Yeah.
If you're Chet Atkins, you can pull it off. But
Well, there's time making a funky move.
Look at that.
I've improved since
little bit.
I joined the band.
yeah.
And the kick, I've kind of got freed up.
That's what you want to see, is that improvement. It's
we-
constant improvement.
We've been playing together as a band for about 4 years at this point. And Brad had been with us for 2 years, a little over 2 years. So we've had some practice. This is a showcase in front of a lot of business people, so it's not necessarily a very excited crowd.
A lot of arms crossed.
We'd already berated them for being old and stoic.
Yeah.
So
Well, I got them up out of their seats.
you did. Mission accomplished.
Mac has always been good at like getting the crowd to rise to the occasion.
Telling people what they need to do.
Yeah.
What's funny is, I mean, just 2 weeks ago, we had a showcase that was so much just like this.
Exactly.
Where people sitting at tables and we're trying to make them have a good time, and
They didn't want to be there.
they did not want to have a good time. But we tried, and we made them, and they thanked us for it.
You know, we can look back through the years and see all of our different haircuts and looks and stuff, but Brad, I think that's one of my favorite looks of yours.
Yeah, it's kind of like looking like a clown.
No, no, no,
If
no.
I had a big red nose and
I'm serious. It's kind of
That's a
grungy
good look,
a
looking.
little bit of face paint.
That's a good look, man.
It's not like, you know, it looks good.
It was definitely the baggy pants era.
No doubt.
Baggy
We were-
shirt, baggy pants.
Yeah, we were we all wore clothes twice as big as what we wear now.
I still am a fan. I've always been a fan of the baggy pants, but it'll come back one day.
I don't like the baggy pants so much. It's just me.
So we're getting everybody to sing Yesterday, Today, and Forever. A big staple for Third Day for us is always audience participation. Get the audience involved. Make everybody have a good time. I like my sideburns, man. Those are long sideburns. And I mentioned it earlier, but those stripes on my sleeves, glow in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really? That is.
Yet you're the only guy with the
spectacular.
spotlight.
Yep.
Already gearing up for the transition before the song's over. That's professional.
I didn't need a guitar tech back then.